Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Jesimein, and today's video is going to be my thoughts on 1.4 and if I feel it's going to be good for us or is it going to be straight trash. You guys know I keep it 100 in my videos, so I'm going to lay it on you. For the most part, I think the patch is going to be dope, bro. The fact that it's a new type of engine, I guess, as far as PvP, that's the cool part. The part I'm not necessarily fond of is the fact that you can already see through the PTS people, because the PC players got lucky and got a chance to touch it before any of us console players. From what I've seen, I see a lot of tedious things. It's like as if Massive fixes one thing and they kind of like open up doors for new levels of irritation. For example, they have the Charmander build with the Fire Crest. Now everybody's going to be getting burnt. Then we have Predator's Mark. We're going to be bled all the time. And now we have Banshee, which is the newest reiteration of the blind build, I believe. That's going to make it so that, I guess, rogues have an incredible advantage over the most crowd in the DC. Technically, you guys know how I play. I love going rogue. I personally have no problem with it. It's just I know that's going to be the new thing to complain about. And I feel the fact that you get 10% damage out of cover, 10% towards people who aren't rogue, and 10% mitigation from those who aren't rogue, it's like overkill on one gear set. And I think their whole purpose of this patch was to balance things and give people options. But I think every patch they always bring something new that everybody's gonna say, why? What's the point of not using this? You feel what I'm saying? And I think it's healthy for the most part. Like I said, the patch itself is dope, bro. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna strengthen, the community a little bit. I don't know if it's necessarily enough content to bring back those who left, but I do most definitely think it's going to be some fresh new experience as far as we'll be able to use more weapons. And, everybody wanted to touch back on the subs and touch back on assault rifles and LMGs. So this patch does give you that ability. And when we play it, yeah, as of right now, we can only see the PTS and we can see the PC players play it. We got to remember this. A lot of people are so focused on seeing the PC meta. The console meta will always be different than the PC, no matter what. Even if it's not the same because we have aim assist on the shotguns. The meta is just different. The accuracy, the amount of bullets landed, all that stuff changes from console to PC. PC players are a million times more accurate because they're using their whole arm versus us console players who just using our thumbs. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, it's going to be a dope patch, and it's going to have a lot of things that we're going to be having fun with. But I just think as far as enough to hold us off into survival, I guess that banks on how long it's going to take before they actually decide to drop survival. Because a lot of people are leaving the community already based off the fact that, it's the same thing and it's like a repetitive broken record experience. And I think a lot of people lose the insight that they're trying their best to implement things in their minds to fix what I guess the issues are before they release survival. But if you ask me, I feel like they should just drop 1.4 and survival. Like, they should just go for it, risk it all. If they think that 1.4 is the fix, they should just drop survival with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're holding people on a leash, and I don't know why. It's like, how do I word this? I feel like with any other game, I wouldn't notice how long it takes between each patch. Or like, for example, if I play Call of Duty, the map pack DLCs, I don't wait on them as hard. With this game, I feel like it takes forever for certain action to be made when it comes to broken things in this game. Like, for example, this gameplay I'm using Sentry. We know Sentry is the most broken thing. Just the fact that Sentry stayed how it was for as long as it did, that concerns me for future things that are going to be irritation. Like, for example, in this type of game, I feel there will always be something broken or something that is abused and shunned on. Like, once Sentry is gone, there's going to be the next thing in line. Whatever that is, we don't know what it is yet. But the community will find it out, and everybody will be using it again. I think, as of right now, if I put my money on it, I feel it's going to be Banshee. Because Banshee is the most creative as far as the builds, and it has the most buffs. And, whenever there's the most damage buffs, people go for it. But when it comes to 1.4, I think people are lacking the insight that, yes, it is going to change a lot. Like, a lot as far as loot, as far as the solo thing and all that stuff, but people are kind of giving it a little bit too much hype, and I'm worried because that leads to disappointment. A lot of people are saying, wait till 1.4, what are you going to do when this gets nerfed and this gets nerfed? You don't realize the kids that are exploiting the most broken gear sets are getting nerfed, and so are you, the person using the lesser gear sets. It's like everybody gets watered down, you feel me? And it's going to stay the same pillar of brokenness as soon as they find the next build. And I think people are so focused on that this patch is gonna save everything that they're setting themselves up for kind of a disappointment. And I'm not saying that like the actual patch isn't gonna be good. It may be 10 times better than what I personally think. I'm just going off of what my preference is before I even touch the patch. But what I'm saying is, don't set yourself up thinking that everything's gonna be peachy and keen after this patch drops, because there's still gonna be broken gear sets. We don't know fully yet. I mean, they've only had a couple weeks with the PTS. And as of right now, it's LMG meta, and they already saying there's certain things that are irritating, like as far as being like the fact that you can use your health once. I get it. Triage was kind of broken when it comes to that running through, especially with a full team. But in the type of game that we're playing now, and in the type of like meta that always gets created, like people exploit these status effects. Like you're gonna be flashed, you're gonna be on fire, you're gonna be bleeding, and the fact that you only have one chance to wipe that off of you, that's going to be irritating. Predator's Mark is going to be a million times more irritating. I think that's where the problems happen. It's not necessarily that the moves made by the developers are bad, it's just they leave a lot of irritating things in the DZ or in the game itself. But I will, on a positive note, like I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying 1.4 is not going to be something that, might change the minds of a lot of people. I'm just saying, for those who hate the current meta, the only thing you should be really celebrating is the fact that shotguns aren't king anymore, that you don't have to worry about getting one-shotted and worry about like simple things like the sticky bomb and the reclaimer, which is the main things I really got irritated with. Even though I'm a sticky bomber, it does get irritating getting one-shot by sticky bombers that run all over the place. It does get irritating constant stagger by reclaimer, and it does get irritating getting one shot by a sentry build with concealed. Like, yes, those are all irritable things that they did fix, and I applaud them for that, and I thank them. They saved their game's life just by taking. They could have literally replaced 1.3 with 1.4 and just took out those three things, and people would have enjoyed the game 10 times more just because of that. So they added all this extra stuff, which it's just icing on the cake. But my opinion on 1.4, it's gonna feel like the same game, just with different tools. That's how I personally feel about it. That's how I personally look at it. It's the same game, just with different tools. You're going to have the same cancerous people. You're going to have the same irritable type of groups who are exploiting the worst things. You're going to have the same broken gear sets. You're going to have the same... There's something that's going to be exploited. And I'm not exploited in a way of glitch. I'm just saying abused. Like how Sentry isn't a glitch. It's just exploited because people know how broken it is. There's going to be something that's broken. And that's the nature of this type of game. And I think I realized that over playing it for like the past 2 months. And like I found myself finally getting overwhelmed and getting kind of bored. And I love this game. You guys know. Like it made me slow down my content. And it kind of irritable because it makes me feel like, I'm leaving you guys behind, which I'm not. Which is why I'm making the commentary type videos. But what I am gonna say is 1.4 is gonna bring a new feeling of refreshment. It's like we're super thirsty, running a mile, and somebody just gives us like a cup of Gatorade. Like that's what it is. Don't think that the race is over. You're gonna be in air conditioner. Everything's gonna be all cool. No, it's not gonna be like that. And don't think that. Don't think that you're not gonna get melted by some BS in a DZ. That's still gonna happen. Don't think that you're not gonna get smashed on by a team of 4 exploiting something. It's gonna happen. All these things are gonna come together slowly but surely. Like give it just like 3 weeks into the meta, and you will see everybody already leaning towards whatever the community decided, or like the better players decided what is cheap. You know what I'm saying? So this how the game is designed around that, and it's designed around. I guess they wanted to make it more team playish, so they gave like the incentives to like solo players, I guess, that they get a benefit but the benefit's not enough, because when you're solo, I don't care if you can revive yourself 3 times. If you're not dropping everybody, you're just gonna die 3 more times with your nomad and with your signature health skill. But they urge us to not go rogue, and they urge us to be in a team, which is like opposites really for most people. A lot of people like going rogue. That's the only PvP they give us, so that's the only choice. And it's not even that people like griefing or like just bugging out other players. It's just PvPers need something to chew on, you know what I'm saying? And the PvEers are getting more out of it because now the PvEers don't even necessarily need to go in the dark zone to get the gear, which is good because then that's less complaints. But what I'm saying is, if you are a PvEer and you go in a dark zone in 1.4, don't think that it's just going to be 10 times easier just because NPCs got nerfed or because the players broken things got nerfed. No, bro, you're still going to get melted if you're caught slipping by yourself, by the next thing, whatever it is. And I just want to put that in your guys' perspective because that's exactly how I feel about it. I'm going into 1.4 with the mentality that it's the same game, just certain things I don't have to worry about no more. That, you know, the anxiety of worrying about building my build around not getting two-shotted, that I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about like an insane amount of triage and smart cover. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about getting unlimited stagger and having to worry about popping my defense just to get away from a stagger. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about being on fire and not being able to pop my heal and stuff. You don't have to worry about that. None of those things you don't have to worry about. And I think that's the best part of the game. I think new content is going to be the refreshment, the true refreshment that we're looking for. A new dedicated PvP type arena. Like if survival brings that, that is going to be the change in the feeling of PvP. But 1.4, it's the same thing just with fixes. That's literally what it is. It's literally their way of answering back to the community and fixing the things that we're so irritated about. And I think if you take that mentality into the 1.4, you'll enjoy it 10 times more because you're not expecting like the most amazing patch of all time. Don't expect that. Please don't, because then you're going to cause yourself to get bored with the patch within a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal view on it. You know, you guys can beg to differ. That's, you know, that's fine. That's what it is. I love to hear what you guys personally are excited for at 1.4 and what are you not that excited about, because a lot of people are so worried about finding the next build or whatever that they forget the whole fact that the whole point of the patch was to make everything kind of viable in its own way, I guess. And if it's not viable, then, you know, scrap it. Just like everything. People are expecting too much from what I've been reading, and I think that's the biggest issue. My purpose behind this video is to let you guys know that I personally have an excitement for it. Like I have no negative thoughts towards it, other than I have a mentality that's like, okay, you guys fixed it. Okay, what I'm ready for is dedicated PvP. That's what I'm looking forward to personally. And I'm pretty sure 99% of you guys are too. Like some survival type H1Z1 type thing. That's what we're looking forward to. But as far as the patch, I think it's just going to be a band-aid over a wound until it heals. And that like I guess like the surgery in that context would be survival DLC. So this is just a band-aid to hold us off until then. And that's how I think you guys should look at it, because then you'll enjoy it in the meantime, you feel me? But anyways, if you guys have any questions about any other additional ways or things you want to ask me about, feel free to hit me up in the comments. This has been real. It's been your boy Jesimein. Another quick little video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're almost at 10,000 subs. We're moving there slowly because of the patch taking forever. But, you know, we're going to get there. Thank you guys for stopping by. This has been your boy. I am out.